The alarm has just gone off my phone. This is the first time to ever get this. Severe alert issued by the UK and Northern Ireland governments. A red warning for wind has been issued. Extremely strong winds associated with storm, and then it's a free state name, are expected to cause significant disruption from 7 a.m. on Friday, 24th of January 2025. Strong winds can present a danger to life, causing flying debris, falling trees and large waves around coastal areas. Stay indoors if you can, if it's not safe to drive in these conditions. The storm may damage infrastructure, causing power cuts and disruption to mobile phone coverage. Consider gathering torches, batteries, a mobile phone, power pack and other essential items you already have at home. Stay up to date with the weather forecast and follow advice from emergency services, network operators and local authorities. Believe it or not, our work is continuing as usual. I ain't going to work tomorrow. This is going haywire now, so I'm getting everything charged up. I have a supply of batteries here. I'm going to make sure they're all charged up now, these all powers and these other things. And I intend wiring my house up for power cuts since the last storm. The only thing is, it's going to happen in the morning. If the power goes out tomorrow, I'm not going to work. So I'm going to install lights and all on the roof. So I want one light in each room, oil heating and chest freezer to work with these batteries using an inverter as a backup. And the advantage of using an inverter is the power comes off and on, it'll switch back and forward. I haven't got time tonight. About to feed Luna. I'm always feeding Luna, ain't we, Luna? But there's a wee project I was going to do. So if I'm off tomorrow now during the storm, I might as well be up in the attic doing a bit of wiring up as anything else. What do you reckon, Luna? That's the first time. Like, they're on about today on the radio. Should we go to work and all that kind of stuff. The police service in Northern Ireland has told people not to travel. So that goes above the government. So they don't even know if your car insurance covers it or not. So I have tied my big gate closed with one of them straps you use for a trailer. I've just finished doing that. I have plastic bowls and all, storage bowls in the backyard. They're all lying flat. The bits of wood at the side of the house, they'll fall. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to hit nothing. And that's about it. We're taking precautions. We're going to get everything all charged up tonight now, Luna. And check out all AA batteries and all that. I'm looking out for extension leads now to see what I can run. This inverter's alright. I can get the all heating going, but if I want lamps, it's not for the amount of power, but you need a lead to go from the inverter to the lamps. So I need different leads. So I'm looking in the shed, see what I can find. There's long flexes on it. And I'll get the inverter set up tonight. And we'll put on our new bedroom, Luna, because that's one of the most radiators, and that's good for watching storms. Oh, it's a good room for watching storms, pet, isn't it? And so we'll lie in the new room watching storms and all tonight. I'll be storm watching tomorrow. I'm considering where to get up. 7 o'clock it starts. Do I get up at 6:30, 6 o'clock, and give her a walk? Once I'm walking her, I take her up the football pitch. There's nothing can hit us there. But we have to get the football pitch. Tile might come first. You don't know these things, Luna. I'll get you fed anyway. But that's the first time. They set them alarms up last year, the British government, and once thought that we're going to have a war with China. And that's why, and they had a wee test somewhere in England. So that's the first time it's ever come to Northern Ireland. It didn't beep too long, you know. Now, the only thing is, when it beeped, I locked my phone. If I hadn't locked the phone, it might have kept beeping for longer. But once I locked my phone, it stopped beeping. So, we'll get her fed anyway, and we will get prepared. Now, I'm on the electricity now. I'm on tariff shift here, so I can't start my preparations until the price comes down here. I can barely see, it's too dark to see, isn't it? So about 3 hours time we'll start charging things up, make sure everything's fully charged. 33.5p a minute now. So, it'll be 18p in a couple of hours time, and we'll start charging up then. This is my latest DIY job now. I hadn't intended doing it now, but I'm in the middle of it. Storm coming tonight. The only thing about the storm tonight, it's not starting until 7 till tomorrow, 7 o'clock in the morning. And if we do lose the power, I have plenty of time to do this in daylight. But these are my spare, these are all good lithium batteries. I bought an extra 2 lithium batteries for my car, and these were the ones I was using for car camping. But I wanted to link 2 together. So these are still used in the caravan. I thought, well, I might as well store them in here. And I bought myself this new inverter there for Christmas. And I'm screwing it to the wall now. And the reason why I'm going to use this inverter now, that this is me cupboard where I hang up my coats in the hall. A wee battery light. If power goes off in the house, this is the easiest room to get access to switches. So this is a uninterrupted power supply as well as an inverter. So the mains plug will run to this all the time whenever it's working. So that'll be powered 24 hours a day. From that then, I'm going to put the socket board with switches. And one of them will go to the oil burner. But it doesn't go direct to the oil burner, it goes to my Wi-Fi controller. And that'll be there all the time, all year round. And should the power be disconnected, the batteries will take over and power this and run the oil burner. And the other ones then, I'm going to put a light in each room. It's just a down spotter. So I have to ignore them lights. They'll be a down spotter. Whatever light, if I put a light there, it goes in the living room, the bathroom, the kitchen. So I'm going to put down, and each down spotter will have its own switch. Because if I go to bed at night, you want to switch it off. If I'm not in the living room, you don't necessarily want a light. I want a light in each room. So if there's a power cut, that'll power it. There'll also be another cable then that'll go to the chest freezer. And then again, that'll run the chest freezer all year round. It'll go through that. So the chest freezer and the oil burner will keep going through this all the time. But it'll be running off the mains. And they'll kick in then if they disconnect. That's the idea. So right now, I'm going to have to use extension leads. I'm drilling the holes now to get this screwed up. I just noticed there I had a piece of wood. And that's the thing, you don't know what you're going into. So I shone the torch down the bottom of the hole and I could see a wooden beam. I took a wee bit off and there's a wee tiny bit of wood in the end of the bit. These hollow walls, I'm using these raw plugs here. So it means because there's wood behind there, I can't use that there now. So I'll use that for the top. I've used it over there. And I don't know why there's wood there, not up there. Whatever way they built the wall. But I'll just put the screw, pretty long screw, I'll put it directly in. I was rearranging the batteries, different ways to the batteries, because I want to really pull these out for the caravan. I don't want, the coats will be hanging here. And that has the fans at the back. You have to have access to the switch it off and on if need be. And I just noticed the power lead goes in there. Might be a bit awkward that now. I mean, run the power, I don't know, that's awkward there. Behind it, the power lead was at the back. So the 13 amp power lead is at the front. That's just like an old kettle lead you got years ago. Maybe I should turn this back to front, you know. No, but it doesn't. So I tried the batteries this way. But what happens is, the time that's up in the wall, it's so close to the terminals, the batteries, that's metal, and it's across the terminals. You gotta watch them cross the terminals. And the leads have to be able to reach from battery to battery as I change it. So I'll have one connected, the other two won't be. Because I'm using this for caravans and stuff. I still take it for car camping. I'm going to caravan, I'll be taking these to run the electric under blankets up and going. So as is now, that lead there reaches, that lead reaches. If I put it that way, the lead reaches, but it's too close to the metal crossing the terminals. And I can't put it in the back wall because the coats hang up there. I bring the coats down the side. That's the cut I would use all the time. That's the handiest hook. So I don't want to put it in that wall. It'll be handy in that wall as far as the 13 amp socket goes. So when I wire everything up, what I intended to do was to buy an extension lead and butcher the extension lead. Some extension leads come with cable or come with flex that does 3.5 kilowatts. They're only 2 kilowatts or 3 kilowatts. So a 3.5 kilowatt cable is heavier, but still fits into a 13 amp plug. And the heavier cable keeps the loss of voltage and all down. So only run energy saving bulbs and stuff, or else the freezer and the oil burner. So that's what I'm intending doing there. So I'll get this up now anyway. And if anything happens tonight, I can run an extension lead from there to the oil burner and to the chest freezer. But eventually I'm going to get lights. If there's no power tomorrow, I can't do nothing. So I'll wire the lights up in the attic. I'll use my all power things to power the lights up in the attic where I do the wiring. It's past the day. You can't go out in a storm like anyway. I might as well be up in the attic doing this DIY job. So I'll go ahead and get this fitted. Then we things using them for years, a plus plug. Handiest wee hollow wall things there is. You stick it into your plasterboard. They're cheap to buy, they work, and they expand out. What I like about them, it takes a small hole. A lot of heavy duty fixings take big enormous holes. So I'll get this up. This is the basic setup now, how it works. I don't have any sockets or switches on it. So I put that wee Poundland one. It's not a pound anymore. It used to be a Poundland. Because Poundland stuff's all up to good standards, like even with cheap stores. It's not like cheap Chinese stuff. It's good Chinese stuff. This wee lamp's plugged into it now. So there's the main wiring going on, same as a kettle. And there's the wee adapter coming out. So the power is going in, power goes out. The power is going in here. I have the charger on here, because what happens when you get a power cut? It's not like the movies. The electric goes off, it goes on, it goes off, it goes on. Oh, everything's alright. Then it goes off again. So if I was to plug a freezer in and out, you're all over the place. So the way this is now, there's no power cut. I have put the charger on. So the charger is charging that up there now. The power is going to this. It's powering the lamp. But should you get a power failure, now the light is coming from the battery. That's no longer charging because there's no power there. But the power is now coming from the battery to run the lamp. So I'll run another lead from there when I get one on up the top, and I'll put the oil burner in one, and I'll put the fridge freezer in one, and I'll run the cables through the attic to both of them. And that's the principle if it works. But then the electric comes back on again. I don't have to switch it off and off. So switch the electric on again. There's the electric back on again. So there, the charge is a good way of showing it. So then it's coming from the mains. The power goes off. You know what, that's going to stay a little while now. It's taking back feed from the battery. So once the number goes off, that's the power turned off. We're now running off the inverter. Power goes back on again. There's the power going back in again. But there's no blips. That's a good thing about it. And like the last time we got a power cut, you see, the thing about us, last time we had a storm like this one was coming out was Boxing Day. And that was back, I don't know how many years ago. We had no electric here for 5 days. Belfast traffic lights go out. Boys are on the Nolan show where the traffic lights aren't working. Our electric goes out down here west of the band. Nobody cares. The electric board did pay compensation, but it was the year -10. I want my oil burner going. And if I want to make it ultra great, I'll put a surge protector on there. Now this all lead I put on here now, temporary, is going to this thing I found in the shed. So I'll run all the leads of this. Now if I get a power cut, I'll run everything of this here. And I say when I get it done permanently, I'll wire lights actually into the ceiling. So then all I have to do is flick a wee switch in here and the lights go on. So if I come back and there's a power cut, because this won't be turned on if there's a power cut, I come in the house, there's no electric, I'll open the door, that wee battery one will be on anyway, and that means then I can flick this switch to turn the power on, and then all goes. The only thing is that I won't have to put the power on, that'll be going all the time, so she'll automatically take over. I wouldn't have a light turned on, and then the oil won't be on unless it's on the timer. I've got a wee spanner too, my new battery, far handier than a screwdriver, to make sure. So there must have been a lot of people melting batteries by not doing them tight enough, and now EcoWare, they give you these wee spanners. So that's a job done now. So all I'll do now is I have a few extension leads. I'll run a couple of extension leads from that, one to my oil burner. I won't run the oil burner and the box freezer at the same time. I'll run one or the other. Not that it can't power it, it's just I don't want to waste all my batteries, because it could be off 4 days again. You don't know how long it's going to be off. But as long as I've got heat in here and can charge my mobile phone, I've got plenty of other wee lights and off the rest of the place in the meantime. And I like that wee light there. That'll be on the hall, so I'll plug that wee lamp in there, and that'll light my hall up. That's the job done. And what I think I might do, I'll run one to the kitchen cooker hood. Kitchen cooker hood is a wee LED light on it, and that's enough to see, because you're not going to cook in the kitchen if you've no electric. So all you need is the light of the kitchen cooker hood when I'm taking Luna out for a walk. So I'll run a lead from here to the cooker hood as well. I'll make a wee video every time I do it. But like, I haven't planned doing it yet because like the storm's come. Hey Luna, now I got a wee cup of tea now. All this crap now has to be put back into the cupboard now, like get the cuts and all hung back up again. It's quarter to 11, quarter to 12, and it started about 15 minutes ago. And it's funny, the rain's coming on pretty heavy now, but it's funny, it was sort of dead quiet most of the time. And then it's only started in the last 15 minutes, but this is an amber. We're not near red, but it's gone from sort of nothing to amber in the space of 15 minutes. You can see the rain, the distance going past the street light, the angle it's going at, really big raindrops coming down in my garden. Raindrops are huge.